before I get into anything, I'm just going to give you all a heads up that my videos are not going to be polished, they're not going to be amazing, I'm not going to spend a copious amount of hours editing them because I'll get carried away. So you'll just have to bear with me with some of the shit footage and some of the average edits. It's just the way it's going to be for a while, but I'd rather be able to share this stuff with you as opposed to having it sit on my computer, me trying to perfect it, and no one gets to see it. I mean, look, I don't even know who's going to get any value out of it, but if at least one person out there gets value out of this stuff, I'll be more than happy. So, quick disclaimer before we start. I'll give you a little life hack too. Get yourself some shoes that look like work shoes, but they're actually golf shoes. Saves you time. Right, work's done for the day. I'm going to go to Freya Public and just get onto a little practice area there with their little putting green and just get a feel for the clubs again. So this is the start of the road to the Ryder Cup. As you would have heard on the podcast, I'm going to make a solid commitment to get my game back to some form of respectable level. I haven't practiced or played in ages. TGC's just taken up so much of my time, in a good way, I'm not even upset because I always do say that I do it for the members, and seeing the smile on everyone else's faces, even if it means I miss out, that means more to me than anything else. So just gonna go do some chipping and some putting, just get a feel for the clubs again, get a feel for putting, get a feel for chipping. I mean, anyone that's watched a few of my recent videos, you know that short game is not my strong point, never has been, and to be honest, I don't even know if it ever will be, but it's the part that I struggle with the most, and it's the part that when I'm gearing up for an event or getting ready to play an event, it's the area that I focus on most. I know my driver's typically pretty good. If I'm having a bad day with driver, well, I'm not going to be anywhere near the top, so no amount of short game is going to save me there. So yeah, short game's really important. If there's anything that the beginner members can take away from any of this that I'm doing, is practice short game. I know sometimes it's boring. I know that I just want to sit there. I don't want to sit there rolling putts. I don't want to sit there just hitting chips. Trust me, that's how you score. It's how you get your handicap lower is by making putts, is by getting up and down. So you have to practice that. I'm not saying neglect driver and irons and all the rest of it. You still have to pay attention to all that, but by far, short game is the most important. Commit as much time as you can to that, and I promise you, your handicap will come crashing down. So, just going to go to Freya Public now. I'm just going to, like I said, just going to roll some putts and see where we're at. No expectations from a practice session like this today. Mentally, I'm not 100% in the best mind space with golf at the moment, because anyone who knows me knows that I love to practice and I commit to my practice, and I just haven't done any. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. Brand new clubs as well. Haven't even used these clubs yet. I got fitted into them, and today's the first day that I'm going to be using them. So I've just got the wedges in the bag. Just take my pencil bag out with me whenever I'm practicing. So it stops me from getting the urge to want to hit driver or irons. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so normally what I do here is I will go through my wedges, and I always start with my sand wedge. So for most people that would be your 54, your 56, and I just hit a number of chips with it just to loosen up a bit, get some ground interaction. I'm not really focusing too much on where the ball's going or what it's doing. I'm just trying to get a feel for the club, get a feel for the ground, and not necessarily warm up, but just wake up those muscles that I'm going to be using when I'm playing shots like this. Now, once I've woken up those muscles and the muscle memories, realise that we are practicing golf, I will start to play a game called Up and Down. Look, it's called Up and Down because I called it Up and Down. What I do is I just get 4 balls, and I will just go through each of my wedges, and I'll try and get 50% of them up and down. So I normally will start with my sand wedge, and then I will jump across to my lob wedge, my 60 degree, and then I'll jump across to my 50 degree. And I try and just, chipping areas can obviously get quite crowded, quite busy. So what I normally do is I just go and grab a tee from my bag. I'll go and pop a tee randomly somewhere in the middle of the putting surface, and I'll treat that as a hole. So this is something that I'll do most days. I'm quite time poor, and whenever I don't have much time, if someone said to me, if you had to practice something for the rest of your life, what would it be? It would be 100% this. This is all I would do. I would take 3 wedges down with me, my putter, 3 or 4 balls, and I would just play the up and down game. All right, guys, stay tuned. I'll post up what my next session is going to be. From here, I'm going to get in touch with my coach, Luke. I've got to get him to have a look at my swing. I know it's rubbish at the moment, and I know I've got a lot of work to do. So I got 2 months to get it on track. So stay tuned.